need to make
Okay, people. It's time to start sauna pitching. My name is Joe Mäkinen, President of Tampere, and today your host tonight. So, welcome Thank you. So, welcome to the people. 7. Here you can find the seats. Come closer to watch these awesome pitches here. From the entrance you can find the toilet, and let's have a great day today. Where we are right now, we are at the hottest pitch competition in the world! That's freaking awesome! I love it, you love it.
How hot? What's the temperature?
Around 80-90 degrees Celsius. That's hot. Yes. Okay. So, story of the sauna pitching in short. We were in a black room with great guys. There was a Khan and Mirza, who is also here, and we were brainstorming what is the next crazy shit we are gonna really do. You know, the craziest shit. We were talking about the elevator pitching competition in Nasinneula and things like that, and the Khans just mentioned that let's do we are the sauna capital of the world. Let's do a fucking sauna pitching. Yes, here we are, having a sauna pitching. Yeah. Awesome. So then, the ES took the project, took the idea. Like we know, the execution is the king here. So now we are really having the sauna pitching. Welcome. Let me explain the concept again, very short. We have the 10 awesome pitchers here who are going to pitch the idea one by one in the sauna that is in the courtyard of Tampere. From there, it's going to be streamed live to this screen. And here is the audience, you, and the judges watching the pitches and enjoying some food and awesome drinks. Here is the schedule for the day. We did start a little bit later, but we can get the schedule on, so we will have a great day today on the schedule. But yeah, next there is pitches starting, and after the 5 pitches we are going to have a short break and the words from sponsors. After that, we are going to have 5 more pitches. It's going to be awesome. At 8 p.m., all pitches are done. And then there is the final words and giving the prizes to our pitchers. After that, the food is served and the epic after party will take place here. Now it's time to do some introduction of the judges. Here we have Vesa-Matti Pesku-Ruotsinen, Tommi Uitti, and Oskar Chapakis. Do you want to give a few words for us? Thank you.
Let's get up, all right? Yeah, cool. First of all, I want the same what he has, right? Like that shit literally works. My name is Oskar Chapakis. I'm the CEO of My EMS and Invest. I don't know if I need it actually. I'm an investor also in a company called Raise Visuals. Today these guys gave me an opportunity to judge some awesome pictures. I have been doing that myself as well. And it was successful, so let's see how these guys do today.
Yes, I can do a second.
The mic works.
Yes, it actually works. So, hello guys, awesome to see you all here. I can see really nice. Yes! I'm from Tampere community and been in different startups before, about 4 cases from dog collars to cryptocurrency things. So let's see what you come up with. today?
Tommy.
Yeah, hello everybody also. My name is Tommi Ytti. I'm here as a tribe person definitely, but also I'm giving like a professional view of business Tampere, of the quality for the pitches. Okay, just a bit joking. So we will have fun tonight. We will have actually with the jury, we will try to have 3 criteria for the pitches. So it's one of the innovativeness. So really we want to have a sky high, crazy ideas, yes. Hopefully also that you could really start doing them in real life. Then it's also about the scalability, so it's definitely startup aspects that you could really take it international with your resources. We can actually really help you if you really got excited about the idea. And then of course the pitch, so it's about the presentation, that you really put your heart in this, that you really give your everything. Yes, it's hot in there, we don't know what's going to happen there, but yes, this is a great experiment. This is Startup Life. We want to do new things, and I'm really proud to be here with you tonight. Let's have fun time.
Go for it. Everybody in the background!
Oh, yes.
We have to be ready.
Okay, let's give it once again for our judges, I think. Just awesome. Once again, yes, please. Microphone works again, nice. Then it makes you. What are the prizes here that the competitors will get the best competitor? I think. So, first of all, JCI rewards the third place pitcher with the 150 value of sauna accessories, and the second place pitcher with the 250 value of sauna accessories made by Harvia. How awesome is that? But let's go to the grand prize. Let's go to the grand prize. The winner of the sauna pitching gets 1,000 euros in cash. Okay. And then let's go to our sponsors and friends. Let's give some applause over them also. So Tampere University making this really possible over here. It's really cool. I want to thank everyone at the place, and also quite honored the premises, the people over here. You are just fucking great and awesome. I love you all. And also JCI rewarding pitchers, and also Juttu Sauna giving the saunas, and the Brewery, of course, over there with the 4 taps of awesome beer and cider. Super cool. And then our friends, we have friends inside the community and also outside. So it's super awesome to have some friends, of course. But now it is time to really rock, I think. Let's go to the pitches itself. Are you ready? Yeah! Let's do it. Nice. Okay, so somehow our live stream is not working at the moment, but the pitches will start in a minute or two. The first pitcher over here is Torben Rek, and whoa, I think it's really cool pitch that is coming from there. It's going to be super awesome. Yeah. I think this is more important. Yeah. That's when they come up with their crazy ideas. I'm going to ask them how to make the one.
Like that's pure schedule. It doesn't work so like you don't hear the when I was president, I was yeah, so just Harvey, I guess. Things like this private
So we have audio.
Yeah, it's like 5 seconds delay.
Yeah!
It's like to the moon.
It works.
Hi, my name is Tom, and this is Guide, the first navigation app that keeps your electric car charged. Well, I met Tom. Tom just got a new car, and Tom is smart. He changed to an electric car as his family grew, because it's cheaper and environmentally friendly. And as Tom wanted to go on a vacation with his family, Tom figured out that there's quite a hassle to plan his trip just around where he can charge. So he wanted to have one kind of application that offers him a whole variety of different kinds of charging point accesses. And he wanted to have a service that is able to tell him where to start to charge his car on the way, because, well, he could go from step to step. That wouldn't be good. So Tom sat down and searched for a service, but couldn't find one. So he had to figure out where he has to stop, charge the car, and then he figured out, well, he can't go there, because imagine you go with your petrol car to a gas station, and the gas station is telling you, sorry, you can't fill up your car here because you're not subscribed. Please fill in this form, and in 4 weeks roughly, you will get a car that you can fill up your car in here. And this is way too inconvenient for Tom, so Tom was looking for a service, and this is where Guide comes in. Guide is the first service that is able to give Tom access to a whole variety of charging points. Tom is putting in his car specifics, so like what kind of size the battery has, how much electricity is in the battery right now at the moment. And then he puts in also some preferences, he has. How much does he want to pay for the electricity? Should it be renewable energy sources, or does he want to have a cafe in the area where he charges? Having all this, Guy D tells Tom an exact route with all the necessary, only the necessary spots to charge for Tom. So Guy D is then able to navigate Tom just exactly to this point. Tom is unlocking the charging station with his phone, and everything is built just about through Guy D. At the moment we have to call Tom Tommy, because Guy D is starting in Finland. The upcoming years, Guy D will go to the European and worldwide market because the charging infrastructure is the same pretty much everywhere. So it's quite easy to grow into the worldwide market the upcoming years. Guy D came up through an idea on Startup Weekend, and our team consisting of Jan and Justine won actually the Startup Weekend. And starting there, we are now going through the whole Red Brick Accelerator workshop, and we are now here at the Sauna pitching event to boost our idea further on. The next step will be that we have our web app, and we want to transform that one into an actual app that works on several different operating systems on phone. This is where you can help us. We need advice or mentors that can help us to transform our web app into an actual app that runs on several systems, and then we need some testers. I hope you can help us with that one, and in order to provide us with any kind of advice, please contact with us about our social media like Facebook or Twitter and our website, guide.app. Please don't hesitate to contact us and get to know Guide, the app that keeps your electric car charged. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, hi Corbin. Hi. So yeah, you survived well. Congratulations for being the first one, the brave one.
Hey, he was the first.
Let's have the congratulations. Great work. Okay, but let's go for the quick questions now. So hey, you have started obviously in the Startup Weekend, an idea weekend, then Red Brick Acceleration. So one real question, are you really making this for real? And when do you plan to make it conquer the whole world?
Well, yes, we're doing it for real. The whole thing is in the making. We have a web app nearly completed, so we can test all our functionalities.
Hey, go.
Yours.
Mike.
Yeah.
I take that one.
Okay.
Yes, we're doing it for real. So we started to develop a web app that is currently starting to run. It's not yet done fully, but yes, we are doing it completely, and then we need to fill it in with some more information about charging points all over the world, and this is...
And when you will conquer the world? The date?
Well,
that was the date.
I hope in the next 5 years.
Good.
All right. Thank you for the awesome pitch. I like especially the story part, like it followed the storyline from the beginning to end. And yeah, also I like the journey that you have been through the Startup Weekend and Airbnb and stuff. And about the innovativeness, I was thinking like, have you mapped out any competition? How is it?
Yes, we have some kind of competition. We have services that do show all kinds of charging points on the way, but they are not able to give you access to those charging points, or do they calculate which one you have to take on your car's needs? So this is where we come in and bring a holistic approach to all this, and add some features like the price range or the navigation, which no one does. Okay.
The project sounds awesome. Also, I want to give some thumbs up about the way how you were. Again. Nice. Yeah, I wanted to give some thumbs up about the way how you were actually pitching. You actually used the story, and that was like really awesome. So thumbs up for that. How big team do you have?
We have 3 people, 3 persons, sitting next there, waiting behind. This is we 3, Jan and Justine from France, me from Germany, met here at Startup Weekend. So this is, we're all started where we met, and now we're on our journey.
Yeah, this is definitely good. I would just ask, can you tell like about your background and how did you even came up with this idea? I think that's like the most important part.
Yeah, our backgrounds are quite diverse. I'm with my team that is consisting of Jan. He is switching from IT to design, and Justine is in the political science area. I'm a mechanical or material science engineer. This is how diverse our team is. And the whole idea started from the sustainability themed startup weekend, and I guess at least Jan and I am quite interested in electric vehicles. Jan previously worked on projects with his employer in France on similar projects, so this is where the spark came up, and we started this.
Cool. So, what is the next big move?
The next big move will be that we have our web app done and tested. We started with validation, like asking people who were around on the internet or at charging points. We went up to them and asked them how they do it, what their issues are. Yeah, sure. And then we redefined our solutions, and this is where we are now.
I think you are so inspirational because you came here as an exchange student, all individual exchange students. You didn't plan to do any business, I suppose. Then you met, then you went into startup weekend only for a weekend to have fun, and then you're now on this path. So amazing thing, I would say.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. I really wish that when you go to your home countries, you will continue on this, and we will see in next startup pitching or somewhere again. So let's have that. But hey, the last question still. So I think you mentioned like the kind of the person who was using this. Was it Tommy? Did I hear correctly?
Tom, yeah.
Tom, yeah. So my name is Tommy. So probably this is supposed to be working for me. I don't have an electric car yet. But as you said, this should be for all persons. So how is the business model? How much I should pay for this service? What do you plan for like that?
We want to make the service free for the end user, and then live off the commissions that we can get from the charging process. So this is a quite common one right now in the market, that on the whole bill of electricity or charging process, there's like a 5 to 20% charge on top or included that is going to services like Guide.
So have you been in touch with these charging operators already?
We have contacts to that, and we started to contact them, but we have not yet gotten too far to tell you there.
Yeah, because this will be probably the validation part you need to do. But okay,
on this side of the project, yes.
Yeah, very good. I think we have no other things to ask, so thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa, what a pitch. I did love that. But now we have to go to the second one here. It's going to be a guy from Oulu, coming from here, so up from the north to Tampere. The guy's name is Elias Riihelä, And he's also ES person, but he is at the Oulu ES, so that's really cool. Let's check it out.
Thank you, it's great to be here. I would like to tell about my idea. So my idea is to build a platform that makes it as easy as possible to get cleaning for your house, or what is the purpose. I think every one of us has had the feeling like after going to a party and being in a hangover maybe, and you have had messed home. Or you have had relatives coming on the weekend and you have had hard week behind you. And the thing is that you would need to clean up your house. It's really hard to get cleaning for these occasions because in the cleaning industry, the companies, they don't want to do cleanings, one-time cleanings. It takes sometimes even 2 weeks to get cleaner for one occasion. And that's because they don't want to do these things. And it's also really expensive to get cleaning for only one case. And we want to solve that. And how is it we are going to make it profitable to do these things is that we create a platform that connects the professional cleaners to the customers. Which means that the cleaners who maybe work from Monday to Friday a certain time of the day, they want to do more job, they want to get more paid and more work done. We create them a platform where they can do extra work and where the customers can get cleaners fast. Or let's say tomorrow you have the need for cleaning. We create it possible so that you can get the cleaning for tomorrow, not to wait the 2 weeks that some company maybe has time for some employee to come there. But we create a platform that connects a lot of cleaners and maybe companies to the customers. So that it's possible to get the cleaning fast and simple. So the 2 words is fast and simple cleaning for our customers. I myself am one of the customers that could use this kind of service. I'm running Airbnb hosting service company. And I have a lot of situations where I get like cooking for tomorrow. I don't have stuff to eat it. I have cleaning somewhere else. I can't do it myself. I don't need professional cleaning down there. But I can't get professional cleaning down there because there's no platform, at least here in Finland, that I can get it done. And that's what we want to tackle. How to get cleaning fast and simple and for occasions. Because cleaning is not something that is the same, there is not the same need every time. The business model of the companies is that they want customers to have cleaning same time, same day of the week, like for every week or every other week. But that's not the need. The need is to get cleaned, apartment cleaned when there is need for cleaning. Not every time, same day, same time. We want to solve that and make it possible to order cleaning when you need it. And get it fast and make the process as simple as possible. And in the meanwhile, offer more work for the professional cleaners do outside there in Norway. That's it. Thank you. Already heated here, so don't really do much questions.
What a pitch. Yeah. Now the Elias is heading back here up and time for questions again.
Good to see you up here.
Yes.
Was it good? How did you feel down there? Like, we all have this one question, like, so have you done the market research and how big is actually the market? So is there actually a need for that?
Well, within cleaning industry, it's growing. There is a lot of need for it. Like the assumptions of people are changing. It's not like if you can do something yourself, you don't necessarily have to do it always yourself. And people are buying services more and more. And for example, I have a cleaning company myself, so I know the need. Like I have people asking for me for these occasional cleanings, and it's really hard for my company to do it.
Okay, and so what is the average pricing for, like, if you come and clean like 3 rooms now, so what will be the average price for that?
It depends a lot how well I clean. Like if you are moving out, I will clean everything, like the walls and everything. But in case of cleaning, normal cleaning, it depends on the restaurant, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3. But like what our platform does is connects the professional cleaners who want more work with the demand. So we don't clean.
So, does it work like an Uber? So I go inside the app, like your idea is that I go inside the app, I just click that I need to clean my home, and then like somebody from local area will sign up.
And we will get the professional cleaners, that's our target group. We don't want random people going to our app and offer services, at least at the start, but the professionals, so that we can ensure
Yes, really good idea. And fast and simple cleaning that became clear at least. I was thinking like what stage is this idea in? And if it's a very early stage, like, you walk us through the go-to-market strategy a bit.
Yeah,
like
it's really early stage, so things I need is more members to my team who can develop the idea into the platform. I have some connections, I can get cleaners there. I could even be first customer of us. But one thing is I need more developers for the team, so it's really early stage.
Okay, what kind of timeline you would want it to be seen to become reality?
It could be in 2 months to get the platform started.
Okay.
And like the first version could be web-based. And when we have tested it out, and then we can create out.
Great to have you here from Oulu. So now we have this polar bear pitching, so at least here can be much more warm.
Yeah.
So your idea is definitely very early stage. I assume you're really going to do it. Just so we want to ask a few questions about it. So you saying about the target market and the ideal user. First you started like this hangover situation that you need that random cleaning. And then you went into this that you are like a regular business owner and then you need to have the cleaning regularly. So kind of, are you more into this random direction or more into regular direction?
We would start with the random because there is no need, there is no company offering the random cleaning services. It's really hard to get cleaner fast.
Yeah.
And that's something what we can do with this platform because we connect a lot of doers with the need. That doers will work for, let's say, some days, sometimes in June.
Good. And then, okay, like the competition, there's nothing like this around at the moment, or is there some other service going on?
I have Googled and tried to find, at least in Finland, there is like streamer who can do something like this, but it's not professional cleaners, they do everything like, you need some help for something, and they can connect to do to somebody. But it's not that simple and fast, and it's not like professional cleaners or anything.
At least your value proposal is perfect. You're more simple, you're more accessible, you're more professional, and you're cheaper. So I think everybody would buy your service. So. But yeah, please do some more validation. Sounds good.
Yes, I have actually heard in one pitching competition the same idea. Like, how do you think you will make it happen? Like, why you?
Well, one thing is that I have some expertise like in the area because I have a cleaning company. I do Airbnb hosting, so I know the need. But there, for the occasional cleaning, there's so many. I don't even know everything, but like a lot of people could just use it for their regular cleaning, but not done like regularly at the same time, the same day. But when they have them, they come up to our platform, order cleaning, always when they.
I think if you would put actually effort into it, I think it's scalable. Like there's definitely a need for that because people are only getting lazier and lazier, and well, at some point they will need this kind of service. So thank you, definitely thank you. Like, wait for the next
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Elliot. That was a great pitch. Yeah, all right. We are rocking here, and we are moving to the third pitch right now. And the third pitcher is Jussi Niutanen, and he's a local hero. So let's give a big applause to Jussi.
it's easier if we all agree immediately. So I agree actually. I was like, I fully agree. And also I actually have right here.
Do you follow the habits to repeat success? And do you know how to scale success? My name is Jussi Niutanen, and this presentation and speak will affect you. Success has been a challenge on many startups. I believe you are all familiar with that. For example, how the investors want to get money, but they need to invest on many companies and endeavors to get the benefits for the and results for the investments. However, we can use modern techniques like agility, neurolinguistic programming, data-driven leadership, and others. With these techniques, we can create success. I tell you few examples. Already in 70s, Richard Brandwell started working on the neurolinguistic programming, and he followed successful people. Now listen carefully, everybody. Success can be copied. You might know already that Forbes has done research, for example, on the startups, many areas, also others. But for startups, it's critical to have good team and good time. I started working with leadership on Nokia mobile phones. There was a need to have agile method that can be scaled to big program. At that time there was no such framework available, but we created one and we succeeded. Then at Efterplan there was a need to deliver projects within a specific time, scope, budget, and quality. There was not any scalable method that can be scaled from one person to any number. But I started working on that. I started creating that. The success starts from persons. With the modern technology, the persons can be monitored and how they deliver. Then teams can be built on top of that, and how the scalability and the teams delivers can be done. Finally, the customers and end user are taken in when the history and the technology is used to help to drive the success will follow and follow again. So the way to start working on the success is on a personal level. And we can, everybody, start doing that already today. Unfortunately, within this time, I can't give you more details, but let's continue the discussion and let's start creating success. My name is Jussi Niutanen and thank you. Woo! Woo!
What a pitch. Jussi is heading up here, so it's time for questions again.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Hello, hello. Nice that you were down there and nice that you're up here now. Then thank you for the pitch as well as success. I was just thinking, like, can you briefly explain, like, in one sentence, like, what is the product that you are selling? Is it possible?
There is actually many. One is trainings. I sell and create and help with the consulting business. Then I will create licensing model for the framework so that employees and companies can give their problems and challenges which can be then solved. Those are few.
So you have yourself developed a framework that you are going to then license or sell in the future.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. Talk about success. Yes, I think it was about 30 times you say the word success. So, have you applied this success method already in some trainings like you have been doing this already as a solid business? Is it so?
I've been doing that on business, yes, and few trainings.
But is there something you want to take now more into scalable direction? Like, because consulting business usually is not the most scalable.
Yeah, if we speak, for example, projects, and that is a big challenge in many places, how to deliver with the success. And it also needs to be scaled to the companies and even to ecosystems and wider.
So, but do you have some tools, some guidebooks, some platforms, something to help you in this, or is everything in your head?
I'm currently using Jira on my own and giving examples from that, and that can be scalable to.
So if you think 1 year ahead from this point, like what kind of product or especially from the scalable side would you have built in that time, or in what kind of stage you would be?
Actually, at this point, I'm not planning to yet. I have discussions, for example, with Vala to have a product, but I'm focusing on services and trainings at the beginning.
Yeah.
So is there past already that like you have already helped some companies like to scale their business and help with their like success trainings or?
The method was or get started when I was working at Etteplan. There was a need to deliver projects successfully on an embedded environment, or the embedded development, and that was successful. And then I have used that later on a few places.
Thank you.
Yeah, pretty. I can see there is much more under the surface there that we can grasp from the pitch, from the sauna, and from this. But yeah, I actually forgot my question.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's fine. Do you want me to ask you?
No.
So, but I always will have to go back to like actual like scalability and like how big is the market and like as he said, like after this 1 year, where do you see like this business is going and like how much money you actually can make out of that?
There is no limit, I think. I haven't seen such a solution available in the global space. So, and looking for markets, quite many companies are looking for how to scale their businesses, how to do that, and what is the model for that.
Okay, one last question. So, what do you need in order to succeed for the next step? Do you like some money? Do you like some team members, some connections, network? What is it about? Like, you should really now solve as a primary problem.
I need people to my trainings. I need companies or people who want to start applying and creating success.
Are you doing this by yourself, or do you have some other people in your team?
I don't have on my team, but I have partners.
Okay, thank you. So,
Hey, thank you so much.
good luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, whoa, what a pitch! That was awesome! But yeah, we need to go forward here. The next pitcher, it's a local one, studying computer science. His name is Jonathan Kuosa. Let's give a big hand to Jonathan!
So imagine that you're abroad in a foreign country, you don't normally travel there. How do you get around? Let's say you need to go take a metro or something. Well, everybody uses Google Maps or Rome to Rio nowadays. It's so easy to find the route you want to take. But how are you going to get the tickets for it? That's a good question. You click on the little button that says buy tickets. That gets you to a Spanish or a Czech or a French page. You can't read it. You don't understand a word it's saying. How are you going to buy tickets? You need to carry around cash or something, hope that they take cash on the metro. How about we fix this? How about we change that find tickets button in Google Maps or Rome to Rio to a button that says buy tickets. Get all your tickets for every route you need easily. Okay, so this is the ultimate goal, and that sounds like a utopia. So how do we get there? We get there by scaling it down. We pick a route that's used a lot, either in Finland, but probably something like Germany. That would be a great market. UK would be a great market because the trains there are horrendous and the pricing difference are huge. So actually, picking a route where we start, then we develop an algorithm that's gonna buy those tickets. Then we have that little button in the Rome to Rio or Google Maps, and our users can directly buy those tickets from the app that they normally use. There are infinite amount of mass startups at the moment, so how are we different? Mass startups normally want to develop, like they develop an API or something, then they sell it to like train companies, bus companies, etc. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, well, I'll work with any transportation company, but I don't really need that. What I want to do is I want to create a software that's going to automatically buy those tickets from their website, input all the credit card information and so on, and send those tickets to my customers. This is how we get around with like these giant corporations or like publicly funded transportation companies who don't want to develop new software or new APIs. You're going to just use their systems and bypass them. Okay, how are we making money with this? What is the first case we're looking at? Consumer market, like if we could actually get this to work with Rome to Rio every place there, then it would be easy. We could just take like 30 cents or 20 cents for every transaction. That would be enough money. But since we can start from there, how are we going to get there? Okay, we can sell this to companies. Companies that use travel, whether that's trains, a local bus, or trains and local taxi. We sell this to a couple of those companies, and we can charge way more than 20 cents or 30 cents per trip. We can charge a couple of euros, 5 euros even, from a company so that they get the best possible solution. They get a single transaction, single point of entry where they get everything for their transportation needs. No more need for multiple different taxi companies, taxi tickets. You don't have to scan those tickets or take a picture from them with your phone and send it back. We provide it already. Okay, I think you love this one, and I hope you see our business model. Thank you very much.
Really good, really good. Okay, that was awesome. Oh, there's more fun. Let's give a big hand. Awesome pitch, awesome pitch. Now it's time for the questions.
Hello, Jonathan. Yeah, so the jury really liked your way how you walked us through the problem and so on. So, have you done this pitch somewhere before?
Just a couple of informal ones. I haven't done a stage pitch for it yet. And this wasn't really a stage.
Actually, that was a sauna pitch actually, so yeah, probably never in sauna before. So hey, what I understood is was that you are kind of creating a local AI guide for traveling. You know, not guide, but like a friend. Because usually when you go abroad, you don't know the language, you don't know how the ticket buttons work. If you have a local friend, the local friend would help you. So this would be a digital friend for you to do this same stuff, pretty much.
Basically, well, I don't know. Do you use Google Maps?
Yeah.
Sure. So we'll just add a couple of features to that.
Yeah. Okay. So you would take the direct competition with Google Maps.
No. Well, maybe. Okay.
Maybe, yeah, I'm just asking, like, you can say yes or no, or you can...
I was hoping, you didn't ask me, like, how I'm gonna make money out of this in the long run, like, what's my exit strategy, but I can answer that if that would help with the competition against Google. So exit strategy would be to sell to either Google or roam to Rio.
Okay, cool, okay, we have a lot of more questions to come.
Yeah. I love the beach, yeah. Pretty much covered many aspects. Have you done already some customer research? Have you been talking to people about the solution? How are they reacting?
Well, everybody would love to get like an easy ticket solution without multiple ads. Of course, that's everybody would love it, but like how you're gonna market it. But I've talked to like business people, and they are actually really keen on having like a single transaction. Like you buy a business trip, you get a single transaction for that. And like this would be the starting position, which would require less marketing than going directly to consumers.
Yes, certainly. You know that there are many challenges for sure for this type to get it actually live. Have you pointed out the greatest challenge, like why would this fail if this would fail?
What would be the greatest challenge?
Yeah.
I see like Tom was pointing out, like direct competition with Google and Roam to Rio, of course, and marketing for consumers. And this is why I was thinking like more on either providing an added service on top of Google or selling it to Google after it's proven.
What are the biggest problems that you're actually facing to actually make it as a real business?
At the moment?
Actually, like within the next 5 years?
Within next 5 years?
Like how you gonna make all of these countries collaborate? Probably all of these countries and big cities like have their own like local apps already. So how you gonna now push them out from the market and how you gonna take their place?
Okay. So most startups or like mobility as a service startups sell their own products and softwares to local transportation. I don't want to compete with those. I want to instead use any service that they have at the moment for that group. And for example, here in Finland, because they are, which is the train company, and they are notoriously hard to work with. Like they don't want to buy anything digital, they are not like willing to work with anybody. And the same is true in Germany, like train companies, and UK train companies. So what I want to do is take their service, they already have a web store where you can buy tickets. And I want to automate the buying of a ticket using their service. And once I get a single line, let's use, I'm using UK as an example because there's competition between train companies. So let's say we get the line from London to Manchester, to the train line. And we have almost all of, like, let's say we have 3 or 4 companies already picked up. Then the 4th company has to work with us. Because we already have its competition, they have to work with us.
Yeah, I want to comment. I think you have really understood the market well. That's a real bonus. You were the first one to start talking about the validation, that you first take some part of the trip only and you don't conquer the world just right now. And then about exit strategy, you already mentioned about that, so you were the first one to also talk about it. So really good stuff in that way. Just to ask also that you are here now alone, so do you have some other people to reach this dream of yours? I think this is a very innovative approach, so how are you going to continue?
So at the moment, I don't have anybody directly working with this, so I need a team for it, for sure. But I'm also personally nowadays more sales oriented, so I'd like to have somebody ready to come as a business, an established corporation that actually requires this kind of service, which is my first opening service. I want to bring them in, and then I want to gather a team. I already have business with me.
Very smart. I think you just made a call for team members here as well. So, yeah, you should come to talk with you. Yes.
I think you had you answered all questions perfectly. Your pitch was really good, and yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, we are gonna change the schedule just a little bit here, and before the fifth picture, Khan, we will have a tribe presentation here for 5 minutes. So please welcome to the stage Tommi Uitti and Vesa-Matti Vesku Ruottinen.
Yeah, okay, now we're on the stage, so it's easy to criticize and okay, now we're doing the pitch of our own. Yeah. So, cool. Hey, welcome to try to Tampere pitch quickly, maximum 5 minutes. Tribe Tampere is a community, and we will now tell you the story, as doers do. So, the origins for Tribe Tampere, a couple of years ago, people who had this like-mindedness, let's do crazy stuff, let's do startup development, let's get all the people who have entrepreneurial mindset together in the same space. So we just wanted to start doing it. We didn't ask for permission from anybody, City of Tampere, nobody just told us to do it. We just found each other. So that's the story short.
But we did it all together. Not just two of us, but many people around here. So that's so cool.
Yeah, so because actually in Tampere, let's say 2 years ago, this was not happening here. Nobody did these kind of things. We had a lot of organizations which are very official, but they were not very open for new ideas, new projects, so we wanted to change it. So there were a lot of organizations, and then we wanted to combine all the good stuff to Tribe Tampere. So Tribe Tampere is not only actually this physical space here, we provide access to all these bigger organizations and networks. And in concrete, actually, it means when you do have these whatever business ideas, so on, you come to talk to us who are Tribe people, so we can actually guide you to the next step. Whether it's about resources, whether it's about to get funding, whether it's about to get training, whatever. So this is the first contact point when you have any entrepreneurial ideas to come to here to talk with the people. And these are some of the organizations which are all part of Tribe Tampere family. So actually, as you are here today, you can yourself also call yourself being a member of Tribe in a way. Because Tribe is not about organizations, Tribe is about the mindset, that you are really doing stuff. These people actually who have come here on the stage today, super brave people. And yeah, you could be the same person, nobody stops you. This is the mindset what we want to have here.
Yeah, what we are creating, of course, access to key players in Tampere. We know all the players who have something to do with startups in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Also, meaningful coverage has been from the start. Hopefully, you will go today to some new people and ask, what's your story? Or that's my pickup line. That's maybe bad, but at least you can try to ask somebody you don't know to be a friend or something. That is what I do.
Exactly, and a startup mindset doesn't mean that you need to become a startup entrepreneur yourself. You just need to have the passion to be international, to scale your things, to challenge your things, and yeah, maybe one day you will end up as an entrepreneur, but that's a different thing. Like when you start doing your things passionately, whether you're in studies, in your work, wherever, it might lead in this direction, but it might lead to a perfect career path as well, you never know. So, this is a magic formula. All the ones who are engineers, please take this into your notes, and action, if you don't do anything, so that's zero. So you need to do a lot of action, and then with good attitude. So then it becomes community, because actually we can't reach anything only alone. That's why we're actually asking almost all the guys who are here on the stage. If you have the perfect idea, but you don't have anybody to work with that on, you will not probably achieve anything. So you will always need to have team members, you will always need to have partners, you always need to have customers, and so on and so on. And actually, it's much more fun, and actually it's much more support that you can get. If you're doing alone everything, it will get very hard at some point. All the social challenges and so on. When you're doing it in a team, you will get much better support.
Yes, there are some numbers, maybe we can skip those very fast. It's just for this page, we host a multiple events, so if you have an event idea, ask you and the guys from Tampere have this crazy sauna pitching idea. These premises are yours.
Yeah, this is actually an example. These guys just wanted to start organizing this event. If you have any idea, hey, I have always wanted to have these guys who are interested in education, making that business international, maybe some entrepreneurship related. Hey, you just create that idea, you just come to talk with us. We can organize it here. This is an open stage, this is an open place for all this kind of stuff. And we're always to help you in that. And yeah, we are a lot of people here. Like as we said, we don't have like these official memberships. Anybody who just wants to be a doers do person can be a doers do person. So we have counted over 200 people for the last 2 years to be in this year with Drive. And yeah, a lot of hours. So this is about the community aspect actually. You are not going to get paid for all the hours you do right away, but it's like a social investment. Sometimes you need to start doing things before you get paid. But this is actually has been proven now for the last years. We've done a lot of stuff that we didn't ask for payment, and now let's say when we are capitalizing this social capital, there are so many great things happening. Actually, just need to tell you, today in the afternoon, we talked to the city of Tampere, and they are actually still so happy with us actually that they want to upscale this Drive activity to the next place. It will be somewhere next year. We will have even bigger premises, more projects, more startup activity coming. We are really actually taking Tampere to the global level in all these startup activities.
Yeah!
Yeah, amazing thing. And and it's because we are all here together. It's not because of best for me, it's all because of all us here now. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff there, but okay, let's just get to the vision. This vision is driving us. We already had a little bit of this talk here. We want to be the most unified startup city. It means actually that in the bigger global metropoles, yeah, there are always more people, always more startups. But actually, we can have the best collaboration here. Because in Tampere, we have a great warm atmosphere. We can all be friends here together. We don't need to be separated. We are all here today in the same space. And this is what we do here. We are all united with the broad global mindset. Even though we have a lot of people here Finnish speaking, but we are all speaking English here, that this is as inclusive as possible for all the people who come wherever from the world. And social capital, as I mentioned, is not always about the finances in the first place. You do some service to the other person, that person gives you the service back. Always you don't need the money there. So actually it also applies in business. Sometimes people think that the best business is that you always charge for every transaction which you do. We don't believe so. Actually there are good examples of some guys who are smiling at me now that they have really made the best choices in their life, that they have wanted to take this path to come to join Tribe family. And yeah, this doers do culture, it means that actually when we start doing things, we don't need always to ask a permission from somebody. We don't need a company to tell that, okay, this is your job and this is what you do. we know so many things from ourselves, and we just start solving the problems that we see every day in our life. And that's the way actually to entrepreneurship, solving problems of what we face in everyday life. We can actually even solve problems that we can see that are threatening our environment or threatening our social circles. We just start solving them, and then we create value, and then somebody will pay for it when we do a proper business model development around it. So that simple it is actually. Yes? I think that was it. I think it was 5 minutes. Yeah. How do you feel about Tribe? Let's make it work. Thank you. Let's have the rest of the pitches. And let's enjoy.
Whoa. Whoa, okay. That was awesome. No words here. Tribe is just a awesome family. Yeah. I love the people here. Yeah, it's just awesome.
Thank you, son.
Okay. Whoa. Anyways. Yeah, okay. No. Okay, so this is awesome. And next up, after this dry pitch here, we will have our keynote speaker of this event. And the keynote speaker is the amazing Alexandra Santos!
The amazing keynote that doesn't know how to turn the mic on. Is the mic on? Something, yeah.
We hear you.
There won't be more slides than this one. The room is basically filled with students, and I just wanted to, after kind of the theory speech of what is Tribe, just like giving some concrete things about what we really do here and how can you really get involved. And it's all about really trying new things. Like Tribe is really the safe place that you can come here and try new projects. And what does that mean in practice? Is that you have an idea, you come here and you talk with people, you gather a team around you, and you make shit happen. And that's how Tribe was born in the first place. A group of people gathered with ideas that there was the need to do some change locally in the non-existing startup ecosystem. The next one, we wanted more startups, we wanted more investors, so we started doing events. I really didn't have any event experience. We just gathered a group of people, and when you are here, you have people that have the same kind of mindset as you, people that are really driven, that are really passionate, and very diverse. So there is really higher chances when you're here that your projects will have a higher chance of success. And it was pretty much that my journey, coming from a whole different setup to starting the smaller scale investor startup events, from dropping my full-time job last summer and being fully committed now in Tribe and doing the String Startup Festival. So we started really small. Thank you. We started really small. For example, first events we hardly had any investors here, but it's the perseverance and trying again and trying new things and using really the power of the networks. We are all here coming from very different networks. Myself, I come from Nokia Microsoft background, so I had nothing to do with startups. but I knew a lot of people from corporate side. So I bring the corporate side. Then there's people that were serial entrepreneurs, so they brought their knowledge. There were students in the community, so really they brought the hunger to really do something different. So all together, all in this melting pot that is basically Tribe Tampere, we are really able to do things faster and actually in a very meaningful way. And like Tommy was saying, like the fact that all our activities in the last 2 years have really concrete things like moving to a new building, having more and more like the whole of the startup community, really becoming the heart of all the startup community. Having people all over Finland actually recognizing us as one of the fastest ecosystems in Finland and asking like, how come? Like 2 years ago there was nothing in Tampere and now you guys do events, everybody has the buzz, you guys are everywhere. It's really about the passion and the drive. So I don't take too much long, like I will just quickly tell that if you have an idea, just come here. Like the space is really open from, I would say all the time because there's always people here. I think I've never entered here and there was no one in the house. So just come here and experiment things. There's like amazing projects from Mirza that was somewhere there probably. Oh yeah, I was like, maybe he was having another beer. From, starting accelerators already running for the second time. Like we already run 2 times startup weekends here. This amazing sauna pitching. It always, the same with Stream, it all started, apparently creativity room is the thing. Also Stream was that, we're there gathering, even the name came when we're having pizza and beer from the creativity room and we just make it happen. So just living out there, try really new things and in here you can try it in a safe environment. So, and good luck for all the pictures. Thank you.
Anyways, let's go without the microphone. So can I have attention, please?
Okay, now it works. Great. Nice, awesome keynote speech by Alexandra. Okay, let's give a big hand again to Alexandra. Okay, now it's time for a break. So, at the break, please chat together, please take a beer, please chill, go to the toilet, you can go to the outside. Yep, that's how the break goes. And the program continues at the 15 past 7. 15 past 7. Program continues. So be there, be here at the first seat. Let's continue after that. Thank you.
Yes. Very nice.
Joo, sori jos menee tuon liikaa epätappumaista. Ei muuta sun laitat vaan sieltä vielä ilmoittamaan, niin se olisi viimeinen kysymys. Me ei ole aika aika. 4 minuutin jälkeen, että nyt viimeinen kysymys on sitten aika 3 minuutin jälkeen. Niin, mutta ei pidetä kiinni, koska se on aina koneen, mä oon hyvä pitää kuitenkin. Tavallaan siinä on erilaista skappeja ja kiinnostavia ja muistisiakin kyllä. Ei se aina, mitä pidetään kestää, se So this one. Oh my god. So it goes like this, and actually then you can change like the scale.
Yeah.
Or picture, it was just very focused on the screen. But then when judges like started asking questions, well, it makes sense kind of to little bit kind of make it bigger. Like from this, for example, side with two fingers, like to extend it a little bit.
Yeah, so that we can see that.
Yeah, then. And then maybe just kind of once again return it back to like to more focused on the screen.
Yeah, once the judging's ended.
Yeah, and like the last thing that I kind of wish that work is that we like during breaks we just turn this camera around and we basically give people a view like on what's happening here. But well, it's not necessary. We'll do it later. And it's always here.
Yeah, okay. So can I just do it?
Yeah. Just play with it and make sure that it's on, that it streams. There's a sound like that bottom the bottom. This one, so it shows that it's on.
It's going,
yeah, and it's recording. So that's like one of the things we really need to record it.
So this is what's recording now.
Yeah.
And I can take it.
Okay. 1 minute and we continue. So I would ask you, dear, sit here and take a seat and next to the stage so you can see well the next pitches. 1 minute and we will continue. 1 minute and we will continue. Continue the first ever sauna pitching, the hottest pitching competition in the world. Let's continue. So please, judges, come here to sofa, and the audience, come take a nice seat on your sofa, bench, chair, and enjoy the sauna pitching. The second round is going to be awesome. We will have 6 pitches now, because we did have 4 at the last time. So it's going to be awesome. Let's continue. Okay, and the next picture is from here inside the community, inside the ecosystem. One of the heroes here is Khan, Kubilai Khan. Yeah, let's do it! Khan! Yeah! Let's do a starting.
I love this really aspect here. He tasted all of the beers. Well, actually, that's Alright, yeah. Almost. So.
you love Finnish berries like me, did you know that there are 500 million berries grown each year in the Finnish forest? In addition to that, 2 billion of mushrooms. However, half of the berries are wasted in Finland, not picked at all. That's a big loss for the economy. Imagine all the jams for the juice companies and superfoods and berry sellers. So, and companies are lacking the workers because Finnish people, young generations, are not into anymore berry picking and low paid salaries of doing berry picking. Therefore, companies are hiring workers from abroad, and there are issues that have been on the news many times recently, that the Thai workers, the human trafficking and so on, and the Thai governments banned basically or like limited the amounts of visas given to berry picking work. On the other hand, there are plenty of international students abroad and here looking for ways to make more money and travel around the world. And they like to do it maybe in a better like local way, stay longer. And Nordics, Finland is becoming a tourist attraction point. So, but it's very expensive and they cannot travel because they lack the resources when their currency power is not so high, when their cost of living is not so high. And Finland and other Nordic countries are really expensive. So how I'm going to solve this? Basically, I'm creating a temporary jobs platforms for both employers and students to find the best matches.
Yay!
In the market, probably you know that like berries are not enough. How are we going to make scale up from this? Well, mushrooms, farms, amusement parks, all sort of temporary jobs like the tourism industry in Lapland and in summer also in Iceland or all year round. There are plenty of temporary jobs. So my aim to start a niche from Finland with the berry picking jobs and move to other countries in Europe, mainly Nordics at first, but then Europe, and then there is already well-established work and travel industry in US and Australia. So I'm aiming to disrupt such a huge industry where there is no one yet doing a platform or like digital solution. And when you look at the competition, there are mainly interrail, workaway, or such things already existing. But from the affordability and duration perspective, we are at the very sweet spot for students to travel around. On the other hand, there are plenty of legal gray areas, and it's more affordable and more systematic and high quality with the agencies in local countries. So I'm helping to basically both sides. In addition to that, well, yeah, the revenue model we have basically is, you might know the commissioning, like platform business. And basically we are going to charge the employers based on the deal, per deal, some fixed fee. And also the agencies, the dealers, some commission fee for the premium services. And I'm Khan. I'm looking for co-founders and legal advisors to help me in this area. Let me, help me, yeah. I'm Khan from Nordic Dreams. Let me help dreams come true in the Nordics. Thank you.
Okay.
like we need almost go too far in the schedule, but not yet. Not yet. We Okay.
Good job. Most of the sips the glass. That's nice. So basically, you want to create a temporary job platform. So what is the competitive advantage of your solution or product compared to the other ones?
Basically, there is no one doing this yet. And that's a huge industry. I suppose, can you see anyone who has been going to Australia or US with a working holiday or work and travel visa type of a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is already common, but this is done through the agencies. What I'm doing is providing a platform to organize an agency work so people can find the agencies and find the jobs on the other side. So I'm bridging the gap in between. This is not done yet. And it's a huge industry that I'm trying to disrupt. And competitive advantage, I said, the agencies are the trusted partners, so I'm not doing it on my own, trying to deal with everything. I'm just bringing people together.
Okay, well, you said that this is a... Take a sit here. So you said that this is a huge economic loss for every country, right? So my question is that, so how do you measure the lost amount of berries and mushrooms?
Well, I just read the articles. Even before I was coming to study my master's, there were news on Yle how many berries are wasted a year. And I checked also some other articles on Finland's websites, like 500 million berries. So I'm trying to start from a niche, a problem that is already existing there, but I'm trying to scale up to the work and travel market with other types of businesses. So the potential is much bigger than the berries itself. The berries, the 500 million berries, and half of it is wasted, said more than half. So, but there is also amusement parks and many other jobs. Like in Lapland, they are always looking for workers for the winter season. So, and they are not able to find it because there are agencies or dealers, some people, and there's no way of open job application or anything. So the potential is even bigger than the berries.
Okay, thank you. Actually, amazing answer. I didn't expect it. So you said that you have a normal and premium service. So what is the difference between those?
Well, basically, imagine that a company sets a job, and a person who will come here, they can deal with all the visa and travel issues themselves if they don't want to pay for an intermediary. But if they want to pay for an intermediary, they see the agencies who can help them in the platform as well. So there are already these work and travel companies existing in those low-income countries. So those can provide the premium services like arranging the visa, arranging the travel tickets, and also the bureaucratic things. So it's up to the person how they want to do it.
All right. Thanks for the relaxed speech. It was the most relaxed speech in this competition. How are you going to go to market? Because this is pretty much pretty early stage idea. But how are you going to actually make it happen now?
As said, I have my own blog. I know already the validation part that there is interest of coming here. And from other side as well, there are news that the berry market is lacking the skilled workers. So the berry market is the niche market that I will go to the market and I start scaling from there to amusement park and all the Nordics, and after that to US and Australian markets because the industry is huge and there's no one here to disrupt it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Okay, let's continue. here. This guy is Ilmari Ayes, and let's give the stage to scream to Ilmari.
There was also the option to do it about relaxing or doing the active. Well, not necessarily, but for example, like this very interesting. So we can always use this instead Yes, of course. Very the ass is very like this or more like that.
It's like it's not it's like hard.
Yeah, it is. But get your ass bigger.
So I am Ilmari Ayes, chairman at Exhibit OU. I feel a bit naked right now, not so much because I have no clothes, but because they made me shave my beard in the army. Also, I forgot to pack my favorite scarf. But I'm here to pitch a company's idea called Democratify. At this point, I usually ask the audience, how many of you know about derivatives? I can see you have, so I assume that's not many, so I'll quickly explain them. Derivatives are contracts which are used to transfer risk associated with investments. In the scope of Democratify, there will be contracts that promise a leverage investment. Basically, the person or company selling a derivative accepts a smaller risk and with a guaranteed profit, whereas the buyer of the derivative accepts a bigger risk, but with the potential for much higher profit, but also the potential to lose it all. Currently, there is one fundamental problem with the derivative market. Only banks and investment companies can sell derivatives as it is really hard to get into marketplaces like stock exchanges, and it's also really hard to market your derivatives to masses. Of course, you can make your own derivative, but it's hard to sell it to anyone. That's where Democratify comes in. We are building a platform where anyone can make their own derivative and easily sell it to anyone. And Democratify will also naturally have an aftermarket for derivatives that acts similarly to a stock market, where people can freely buy and sell pre-existing derivatives. Our aim is to use data provided by bank APIs to make Democratify as secure as possible. With the current derivative market, there is no guarantee that the seller of the derivative is actually able to pay what they have promised to pay. Whereas with Democratify, we can guarantee that the seller has enough money or enough of the underlying assets and have 100% solvency. And this will prevent a problem, this will greatly lower the risk associated with buying derivatives. And prevent catastrophes like the 2008 stock market crash, which basically was caused by potentially loan packages, which are kind of derivative with really bad solvency rates. And we think that should be that the easier access into the derivative market will increase the variety of derivatives available as the current derivative market, especially in Finland, is really anemic to the schemes offering. Just 2 years ago, daylight crime was been absolutely impossible, but thanks to freshly available bank APIs and new EU legislation, it is fully possible. I've actually been to Finland to verify the possibilities of daylight. Any sane person would have assumed that they would have just dropped their structure into pieces, but instead they actually said, yes, this is new and we can do it. What we currently would need is collaboration with some big bank or other investment company for us to have some products available at launch and maybe channel to market ourselves. The market worldwide is estimated to be at around 1.2 billion dollars in the world, and it's market cap, and there's no excuse anymore for anyone to be left out. Thank you.
What a pitch again, it was awesome. Let's wait for Ilmari to come here the stage and the judges can ask the questions again. So it will be great, and there he comes!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think that was my first speech from Sauna about the financial markets as much as I can understand. We found the slides a little bit difficult to understand, but let's make a basic question first. Have you already started this business?
Unfortunately, we haven't started this business as it requires quite a bit of money to actually operate, about 30,000 euros. In addition, it requires a permit from Finanssivalvonta. And the good part is that with only one permit from Finland, we could scale up to the entire EU.
Super good, you already answered some of the questions we would have in mind. So how much of money would you need to create this business then?
So basically, we would need approximately 40,000 euros, some of which we can get from our own pocket. 30,000 just to have enough money for solvency, basically to guarantee that if someone does something stupid, we will be able to pay for their mistakes. That's a legal requirement. And up to 10,000 euros to actually get our idea approved by Finanssivalvonta.
Yes, thank you. These are very wide opportunities in kind of businesses. Like you mentioned the new legislation, right? What was it? Did I hear it right?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell more about that? Like how it seems like affecting? Is it just coming around or?
Okay, so I think it was in the beginning of last year the EU released its new legislation, MiFID II, which replaces the old MiFID legislation. This legislation is about financial services like banks, insurances, and stock exchanges and investment services. The new MiFID II is stricter than the old MiFID I, basically providing better protection for consumers, but it also enables new types of exchange places, like organized trading facilities, which derivative card will be.
Are you doing this alone or do you have to?
Yes, currently we have a team of 4. We have a startup founded 2 years ago with Exhibit Oil. We actually have 3 people from Exhibit over there.
Hey, cool to have you here.
Thank you. Fourth guy couldn't make it.
Can you tell me a little bit more about, like you mentioned boards as guaranteed profit? That is kind of like scary, but at the same time like...
So basically, I would make an investment into, let's say, a big company like Exhibit. Because Exhibit eventually will be a publicly listed company, not yet, but in the foreseeable future. The value of Exhibit will fluctuate. Let's say that I sell a contract for €1 that gives you that in 5 years will give you the difference in price of €5 the price of exiting oil. So if the price of exiting oil, one share of exiting oil, would rise to €10, the buyer of the derivative would have gotten €4 profit because the derivative originally cost them €1. And that's 4 times profit for a €1 investment. Whereas I was guaranteed a profit of €1 for my €5 investment in exiting, or the person selling the derivative was guaranteed a small profit of €1 for the €5 investment in exiting. But the buyer also did the risk that they would lose their €1 entirely if exit value would have plummeted below €5.
So you said that you need a permit.
Yes.
Yeah. So regarding that, like, how high are the possibilities to actually get it?
As I mentioned earlier, we went to the Sauna to discuss it, and they said that yes, it is possible. Because the legislation is not new, they didn't entirely know what they would be asking us. But what they did say is that they will be able to produce the required paperwork for us to fill in, and the chances of actually getting the permit are really high, provided we maybe tweak our idea or the details of our idea a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Definitely. Wow.
Yeah.
Super. Thumbs up. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the pitch. And then next up, yeah, we will have more pitches. Yeah. And next up, we will have Jonas Heinonen pitching. So let's give a big applause to Jonas.
developer careers. So, when I was just an experienced student finding a job and trying to prove myself and my potential to companies, I was struggling. This might be a really common thing to all of you finding a job. You need to do all kinds of applications, just what to do, right? And I was, hey, why don't we just try to fix this? So we created Picadem. It's like LinkedIn optimized for junior developers, right? So how do we optimize it? Well, we remove the dingle-dangle LinkedIn feature, right? Networking, but stuff that junior developers and companies don't need. We put the emphasis on the concrete skills like the coding, programming, projects, and code itself. So we focus on that, right? So when you're a recruiter and you're recruiting students, applicants, any kind of stuff, you need these CVs, portfolios, you screen them. You see there's a lot of different stuff and information is unclear and you need to create a fast and precise decision who has the potential. So our solution is Picadem Portfolio, a clear, structured way of putting your information out there, right there. So we put your concrete skills embedded on our portfolio. So when you're a junior developer, go there, Picadem.fi and just try it out, right? So you can go there and just
fill some forms, add your skills by clicking, bam, pick a portfolio right there. For companies, hey, you have a company, go pick it up, get yourself an account there, and just start recruiting right now. So, how does that work? Well, you just go and type, hey, I need this kind of developer, and go through the list of those. So we offer you a clear way of finding applicants, and you can directly message them and find them and show them, hey, could you do this coding assignment or, show your skills. So, how are we going to make this happen for the applicants? Well, we have job lists. We pre-sort jobs for companies that we match the skills of a developer and job posts of a company to each other. So you see just the skills and the jobs that you are capable of doing. You can also attach a portfolio to any job application out there, but just attaching a link to any job application, right? Any job application clears that, right? So how are we doing this? Well, we start from Finland, we move to Scandinavia, Europe, and we go global. Big time. Okay, so why, how? Well, it's software, so we can scale that, right? We don't need offices in places, we can just scale that. Okay. So in Finland, what we're currently doing, we have 70 company references, including these small pieces, and ongoing negotiations with Nokia and all key companies. From student organization view, we have Loopy, Musta, and a lot of other cool student organizations having those stuff, like their students promoting Pickup and using it. So we have already 120 applicants and growing daily. So, how do we do this? Well, we pilot this in Finland and then we move to the other countries, right? So, how do we make money? Well, it's free for applicants and premium for companies. So we offer premium features for 300 euros a month. Okay, so what do you get for 300 euros a month? We give you this headhunting tool that you can find applicants and contact. We offer you premium job posts. So hey, if you're a developer, a junior one, go to Pickup. If you're a company that is eager to find junior talent, well, you go there. And why? Well, there's a desperate need of senior developers globally. But the only way to grow seniors is to grow them from juniors. My name is Jonas, I'm from Pickup. Thank you.
Okay, a great pitch. Yes. Time for the questions.
Thanks, Jonas. Amazing job. You really delivered us a lot of information already. So about the competition still, yes, the need is definitely there. The solution, we really provide a lot of information about that. But about the competition part still, you say that of course you're better than LinkedIn, that's for sure. But like, okay, let's say about the other recruitment platforms which are out there. So could you still make some more differentiation there?
Yeah, so we're starting from junior developers. That's like our narrow space, which other recruitment companies are not currently using. So if you think like Honeypot, Meetfrank, like 555, other kinds of companies, they're not focusing on junior developers. They're definitely trying to find senior developers or experienced ones, but they're not leaving their jobs. So they are operating in a market that's really hard to find the applicants. We, on the other hand, we get the juniors, and when time goes, our long-term plan is to get the juniors to seniors and the experienced to seniors, so from junior to seniors.
So do you think you already have your solution market fit locked there? Do you have already some revenue?
So currently we're on the verge of breaking the revenue. So we're currently not making the revenue, but the revenue will come because, as I said, Fiat, Nokia, and GoFund, and all these other big companies are already using our solution. So it's like just a matter of time when we get the applicant pool running and when we make that premium feature, they'll definitely come. There's potential in that, like for sure.
So you will run it for free until they hit the premium button and subscribe on.
Yeah, definitely, you know, and when we offer more features, you know, it's just data. The most important stuff is that we have the information, the student organizations, we have them on partner with us. So when others come, they don't get those because we already have them with the same kind of solution, right? So we are first to market. So that's our, you know, unique value that, okay, anyone can create a platform, but who can get the applicants? That's us.
How do you differentiate yourself in the market if you don't take consideration the niche market that you're in, like the juniors? So how do you differentiate? Because there is competition out there, right? And there's a lot of competition, to be honest.
Yeah.
So how do you differentiate, like in the market space? Like how do you gonna convince these companies that you're a you?
So if you think about like MeFriend or these other platforms, they keep the information to themselves, right? Picking it, you can use and create a portfolio that you can attach to any job application out there. So even if you're not using the platform and trying to get the job out there, we offer you these premium features of creating a portfolio just by filling the forms and adding skills. And also you can download it as CV if you want. So we just offer you a way to maintain your skills in addition to, you know, get your jobs directly from companies.
So you're basically hosting also the CVs of the...
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are running out of time.
Thank you for the excellent pitch.
I love it.
What a pitch! And now it's time to continue. Yeah! Okay! Now it's time to continue to our A pitch. So it's by Juho Niak. Let's see what Juho is going to teach us.
I'm co-founder of Executor, the creator of CU. As we all know, Finland is known for many great things. For example, I'm here into the sauna, the innovation that has been with us for many centuries. Another thing that has been with us for many centuries is the education. Education that is widely known all over the world. For example, here in Tampere, we have many people coming to study to the university all over the world. But unfortunately, for many, the dream about the university also stops already at a basic education. Let's imagine children coming from a poor family, and the mother and father have to tell he or her that there just isn't enough money for he or her to go to high school. How heartbreaking that is, to break the legs from a great child who could have reached the skies. So, what's the problem with the high schools then? The cost. It can cost up to 2,000 euros just for the books. And even if our government is trying to best, we think here next to it that it's not enough. We have to lower the costs. Let's say you are one of the popular kids. You buy your books and you have a wide network to sell them for. You can get your money back. Basically your cost of the high school will be around 0. You sell, you buy, maybe you make some profit. But those that is 80%, the more quiet ones, such as me, there isn't that same kind of network with euros. So what we have created this peer-to-peer marketplace for everyone to use. We have this mobile application called Seabook, which is currently piloting in the Tampere area, where people can sell, buy, and even trade and rent their own school books, therefore creating an open market where the cost of school books are lowering all the time, where people are competing with the prices. Therefore, we can create this place which basically makes the school cost much lower than average. Of course, we have this Toilet.fi and Huutonet and also the Facebook groups, but those are just too hard and they don't localize the book selling. What we have created is that within the Tampere area, people can meet up with other students and sell beer directly to them. And where the second-hand bookstores can take up to 70% of the original book price for themselves, we take nothing in between. So people can truly make a profit out of their own school books as they always should have been. So what's the business model then? Localized advertisements. We have the information about what kind of subjects do you read and what kind of schools are you in. So basically, I myself am in a Tampere Classical High School, so we can provide that information to the markets nearby and therefore give this localized advertisement to them. So who's the behind it? So who's the one behind this idea? Exhibit order. An award-winning startup, localized here in Tampere. Last spring, we were at the Kiwas Accelerator down in the south and did a great job there, gaining a lot of knowledge and information about the startup scene and what to do. We also have multiple years of experience in commercial product development with companies such as Fortum, also Swanky, Monochrome, and many others. So we truly have the specialties to make this work. And as I said earlier, we are piloting this currently here in Tampere, and we have hundreds of users who have given us great reviews of the application. You can check the app at the Google Play Store or either iOS or App Store if you wish. Thank you for your time. I'm now heading inside. This is too hot for me. See you soon.
Okay, water please, and here he comes. Time for questions.
Thank you. Thank you for the great audience. I heard your voices on the Sauna.
Yeah, hi. So from Kiwas, Espoo, directly here to Sauna to Tampere.
Yeah.
So welcome. This is always the next step to take.
Yeah, I have to say that the Sauna was much better than they had there. I was kind of lazy from their part, so I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah, great to have you here. Hey, let's go into the business right away. So you say you want to have the revenue model that to have to sell ads, advertisements. So how many users currently do you have, and how many do you aim to have in the future? Because I suppose you can't sell really ads before you have the users.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Currently we have around 300 users around this Tampere area, and we are only at the pilot level. So that's around the Tampere city schools that we are currently working this project with. They are helping us with this Tase-hanke, which is currently ongoing to make the cost of secondary level schools lower. So with that kind of user base, we have already gained some interest about the advertisements. Of course, then we have this bigger name game called Google. You can get the advertisement to your own application, but of course we aim for the localized advertisements because the cost and the amount that you can get from those kind of companies willing to support us is much higher.
Could you tell us quickly a little bit about your go-to-market strategy a little bit more, like how you're going to do it?
Yeah, so basically currently we are just trying this idea here in Tampere, and as said, we have done very well in our opinion, and we are now scaling this up to the Finland level. And after comparing Finland, unfortunately I have to say that the same problem remains all over the Europe and even in the USA, where the school book prices have skyrocketed with the new syllabus coming up. Every single time new syllabus comes up, new rules for all the stores, and the prices go up. So that's a huge problem all over the world, and there isn't really this one central place where you can sell or buy books currently on taking counts for all being the first one.
Do you have a plan to take globally?
Of course we do.
First, so what would be the first step actually to make it happen, to get it global?
Okay, now we are in Tampere. Then Finland, Scandinavia, we have a great network all over Europe from the US, so they are willing to help us in every single step to get to the other high schools and of course the universities too. So basically we already have the network available, we have the people to connect, and we have begun the research about the market valuation and what is the situation in other countries and we made it incredible.
Wouldn't Amazon just whoop your ass, like, at some point?
Excuse me?
Wouldn't Amazon just whoop your ass at some point?
Well, of course they would.
They literally own like 1/3 of all of the books in the US.
Yeah, but the problem isn't about the books itself, it's about who you can sell them for. We aren't selling new books, we are selling used books. Well, let's say Amazon isn't an open marketplace. They create their own value, they take the cut from the beginning. If we can create this place where people, as we have created, can sell peer-to-peer with no middlemen, it's much cost efficient for the users.
But that is the way how you scale the business, right? Like how much money are you going to make from actually placing ads in your app, or if you actually take a cut from every sale?
Well, let's say that we are currently a profitable company, so this application, so I wouldn't worry about that much because there are many social media applications or even small, let's say, games that you play every day in your phone that only rely on the advertising itself. So I'd say the localized advertising this will just grow as the persons have shown from many studies that people have conducted.
So you are not making money yet?
Yeah, we are.
Here you are.
We are quite even with this small user base that we currently have.
I probably bought one book.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, yeah, 20 euros. Yeah, thank you for the book.
Yeah, thank you. Great stuff.
Nice. You hosts can do the shit, I think. Nice. But anyway. Next up, Sean Capone is coming here to pitch. Yeah. And Sean is one of the board members at Tampere. So yes, I'm looking for this. I want to see my colleague over there pitching in the hot sauna. Let's see what happens. Sean Capone is coming to the pitch. Yeah. And Sean is one of the board members at Tampere. So yes, I'm looking for this. I want to see my colleague over there pitching in the hot sauna. Let's see
Now we just For his neck, for the people while I'll talk about what's going on. Thanks. Is it working? Great, okay. Hello everybody. I'm sorry to tell you, but we're pretty much fucked. Well, the fact is that you don't know it yet, but in the next 5 years, due to growth, Mediterranean countries are reducing considerably their export of fresh food and vegetables towards Nordic countries, and Nordic countries are going to be among the biggest losers from climate change. That's why I joined the army of people trying to make a difference against climate change. You know, my generation and my kids are going to be the last generations that has the luxury to have like high quality product, cheap, 365 days a year. And something needs to be done. There's a lot of people taking effort. According to food, there's a lot of company working in the urban farming concept. The problem with urban farming, traditional urban farming, is that it's not scalable at the same pace as it should be. Urban farming is very expensive. Urban farming requires 25 people to be set up and run, and at the same time, the food must be transported. And transportation cost has a huge environmental impact. Often we hear about carbon footprint. Few of you have heard about water footprint, but I'm pretty sure almost nobody heard about virtual land import and virtual water import. And that's what happened with Spain. That's why the situation in Almeria is tragic, and Almeria is where our tomatoes come from. You know, if you just want to understand what's the situation, one of the few scenes not made with computer graphics in Blade Runner 2049 was actually the introduction scene. That's Almeria. That's a dystopia. So that's what actually we're going to face, and we need a solution. And so far, all the Nordic countries have plans for that. The Finnish Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry has a plan called Food 2030, but there's no strategic solution that's scalable to address that problem. I'm a management student. I come from northwest of Italy. I'm half Irish, half Italian, and I thought about how to implement a system to solve this problem. And I just thought about the logistic chain. Why not producing the food locally, but with low energy costs? 61% of the cost of the product nowadays in Finland is according to just energy costs for the heating system. So I rethought about the technique and how to produce locally the food for very cheap by keeping it simple. Simple means the solution is scalable, and at the same time, it can be handled by non-qualified people. In my company, apart from Simon Handels, which is taking care of legal part of my company, as you can see here, went on fire in July, and we were almost bankrupt. But I decided to keep it on because I'm a fighter. I didn't give up, and here I am today talking to you. We produce salad, we produce rucola, we produce basil, we produce tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, in places that nobody else would afford to use. So we are very involved in circular economy. Our employees are people not qualified, so actually we are creating a local employment. Most of them has like mental distress, so they are vulnerable people that otherwise they cannot obtain easy employment.
That's my target. That's the people that we want for our company. We have Michelle, which is a student. He's a Dutch guy. He's a student nearby Hamelin farming. The team is pretty bulky, and we're going on all level tonight and supporting us in the course. And our goal is to help Finland to have a reliable and sustainable food supply chain in order to tackle the climate change and save Nordic countries. Thank you very much. Sorry, my pitching is horrible, but it's the first time that I pitch. Anyway, thank you very much. I will enjoy Sauna, like the remaining 30 seconds. You guys are not calling me.
Okay, that was awesome. Yeah. That's a great shot to come here on the stage and judges can ask the questions. Ooh. That was the kind of unique outfit, I think. Oh, was it? Yeah. There he comes. Yeah.
Really got some pieces of tomatoes, yeah, taste of it. But we cannot be bribed.
Hello everybody.
Hello. The outfit of the evening for you. Congratulations. Let's go for your business model. Do you want to be a food producer? Do you want to take all of the logistics, or do you want to take some other part of the value chain? How is it going?
Okay, actually I'm a manager, so let's concentrate on the management part. We need to build up a bigger team to scale up, but we have sales and we're doing quite fine.
So do you want to produce the foods?
We need to directly produce the food to be sure that the quality is as high as possible. Actually, our product so far is the most environmental friendly product in Finland, and the products that you have been testing tonight are 1,642 meters away from here.
So I understood that you are very much an urban local farmer, and your technology makes it cheaper, it's scalable, as you say. So then what stops the other people using the same techniques as you do? So what is your lasting competitive advantage?
The cost. Actually, we have a very low energy cost, and we basically have to switch off the cooling system because it's too warm. That's actually the difference in the technique, which has ongoing process for registering IPs, but basically we can kill the energy cost for heating system, concentrating just on the quality of the product by keeping it simple. So not 25 people can actually produce and work and create employment for the Nordic countries.
So how much do you already do sales, and what's your go-to-market strategy to take over? You want to tackle all climate change, so what is your projection? How are you going to do
We're working very close with Prisma. We're making sales in the 4 major Prismas. We have restaurants if you're interested in purchasing directly our Rucola Classic. The goal is to build up with the government the right team in order to scale up in the proper way, protect the IPs in order to export the technology product. Basically, with few adjustments, this technology can be installed in the middle of the desert and produced for a very low amount of water. So compared to the 8.4 liters required for normal tomatoes from Spain, we need more or less 4.5 in the middle of the desert, by just preserving the humidity.
So if you want to protect some IP rights here, so do you want to take also some other business model there, like let's say licensing?
We want to be directly in control of the quality while licensing to foreign countries, which make the investment. So Finland is exporting basically just the IP.
Yeah, if you go out a little bit from the business side, like, what is your background and how did you even came up with this kind of business idea?
Well, I'm a double degree student in Uni. I study management and business administration and economics. I'm a financial analyst. I work in Dublin. Well, basically I got back recently for this double degree program. I was planning to work on the moving average averages and divergence to predict like the macroeconomic sequence, but I ended up working with this company because I realized that climate change is a very urgent issue and somebody must take action.
So, what are the predictions in the future? So, do you think that you can actually like grow different kind of trees, or
We can do that with almost everything except for fruit trees for now, unless you provide this food, and then I can also make this.
And you can basically cut down the water amount even like by 50%.
Yes, well, actually we don't have problems with blue waters or green waters in this. The point is that by having a controlled environment, we almost, practically we have just test control is limited to sticky streams because we don't have any tests, but still we can reduce extremely the amount of water used and basically have low neutral land for the neutral water refill. We talk about the avocado. Every avocado that you eat that possibly is not that much at all. You get, that's more neutral than you.
Hey, I think you look original and your pick was awesome, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's Sean from Tampere. Now is the time for the final picture. Last picture. It's going to be awesome. Joni Moisanen. We had some technical difficulties, but in 20 seconds the pitch will start by Joni Moisanen.
And we are live.
Do you know how many rabbits are killed by the pharmaceutical industry in drug testing? Not to mention the rats and cats. Though I don't mind about the rats, but it's really sad. It's really annoying. Are they really doing drugs for rabbits? No, they are making drugs for human beings. Do they work, those drugs? No, they don't. Not so good. They are failing. 80% of those drugs which are developed in these animal tests, they fail when they are tested with humans. They are even fatal, at least they don't work. So, we have a solution for this problem. The drug companies, they are losing a lot of time and money doing these futile tests. Developing a drug, it will cost, let's say, average $2 2 billion euros. I mean, 2,000 million euros. It will take about 10 years. So, we have a solution for this. Let me show. We have this very tiny little thing, this kind of device. We call it organ on a chip. It's a microfluidic thing, and the idea is that drug companies, the medical companies, the pharmaceutical companies can use this for developing drugs for humans, not for animals, humans. And the idea is that this will mimic the organs or conditions in human body. So this will provide drugs designed for human beings. And this is not all, despite the cost reductions to the pharmaceutical industry. You know, there are about 7,000 different kinds of rare diseases which the pharmaceutical companies are not interested in because markets are so small. So it's not economically feasible to make a drug for those rare diseases. And there are millions of people suffering from these diseases, these rare diseases. Until now, we have this product. Our motto is curing the incurable. I am from Finland, Oulu. We are 3 guys there. We are the youngest company in history which have got the EU horizon. And we are happy to work with the best companies and persons in the world to develop this product. So, join us, Finland fans, curing the incurable. Thank you. And say to rabbits too.
Nice. The last picture. Jari, it was awesome. It was awesome. Let's take the questions to Jari by the judge, and yes, then the Jari comes. Applause. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Awesome.
Looking good? Shoes? Yes? So, why? How did you start this?
We started this about less than 1 year ago. So we started this startup. So we are 3 guys. We have background in biomedics and microelectronics, and we are stayed in Oulu. Okay, we have more than 1 year experience in this business. We have persons who have been studying this kind of things in Switzerland and all over the world.
Can you show it? You have there.
Yeah, it's
everyone.
It's in a cover. So.
Okay.
This kind of chip, and actually this is a model of vascular, blood vessels. So this is a platform the pharmaceutical industry can test drugs and candidates. So you can follow what with a microscope, how the cells are doing and how
Okay, if we go to business side, have you been already selling it to someone? Have you actually been having a chance to actually test it?
No yet, not yet. This is in a test phase. We have made some sample series for several institutes, universities, and one pharmaceutical, actually 2 pharmaceutical companies. criteria in this space, but the final product for sales will be ready after 1.5 years.
Competition?
Yeah, there are competition, especially in USA. We have calculated there are about 18 startups working in this business, but they have different, some of them have different approach. And you know, as I mentioned, there are about over 7,000 different diseases, so the markets are growing fast and there are lots of potential.
So are you making this as a university research, or how is your background exactly?
Yeah, this is a whole university company.
And you do have the company already?
Yeah, we do.
Good. So, and as you said, the go-to-market strategy, do you have something to say about it even more? Like now you're very much product-based, you're testing it, but do you have some ideas how to make this as a business?
As I mentioned, we have this EU project and we have another project with other companies. So we have customers after 2 years. That's for sure. And after that, we are free to sell those products developed by this project. So actually, you know, those medical companies, they are quite big, so actually it's not good to get two big companies like AstraZeneca or Roche or something, so we are, that is quite secure if we just get even two companies.
How big is the market right now?
It's hundreds of billions.
And how big share are you planning to take?
Yeah, our aim is to be biggest company in doing independent drug testing in the whole world. So kind of hard, but doable.
Nice.
So so the pharmaceutical companies they can purchase services of companies which we want to be to test those chemical cocktails for all kinds of diseases, and we can make the models how those platforms are used to test.
Whom you are selling to? Pharmacies?
Pharmaceutical companies which are developing drugs, and also for all kinds of medical institutes which are plenty research groups like University of Finland.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, thank you so much. Like, we don't have any more questions.
Yeah. Save the rabbits.
Thank you, Jari. And thank you all pictures here. Thank you, those pictures were awesome. Now, yeah! Now we will take a 5-minute break. 5-minute break. So 35 past 8. Be here. We will have a final ceremony. We will give the prizes for the winners and the final words. Thank you. the winners and have the final words. Can I have your attention, please? Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. And also, Enrique from JCI, can I have you here in the stage? Yeah. Enrique, JCI. Okay. Yes. Okay, Enrique is here, but we have an underrepresentative here. Oscar, one of our judges. So yes. So now it's the time to announce third best picture here. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And third best picture is Ilmari Ayers. And prize was 150 sauna accessories sent you straight to your home. Let's be in touch about that. Okay. And then the second picture. Also rewarded by JZI. Yeah, second best picture of sauna pitching 2009 is Jonas Heinonen! Thank you. And also for this, the prize is 250 sauna accessories straight to home by the post. Maybe it will come someday after the strike. But anyways, let's go to the highlight of the event. We're gonna have all the judges here actually. We're gonna have all the judges giving this. Yes. Great. Now it's time to announce the winner. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Winner of the Sauna Pitching 2019 is Jari Moisanen!
Family was here.
Okay, that was awesome. Now I have one more call for you people. I want to have every single pitcher here in the stage because you are really the winners also. You are pitchers of the first sauna pitching ever. No time for losers. Okay, thank you. And now is the time. For the final words here before the food. Final words. First of all, thank you, teachers. Thank you, attendees. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you, friends. Thank you, people who have made this possible. Thank you, judges.
There is still one great big thing we want to do, because this was the first ever sauna pitching, so this is super nice also for you and the organizers. So always when doers do, this was a great job. You started making this a couple of months ago, a lot of hard work for the team, everything, and from Charge Tampere we will really acknowledge this. So my fellow friend, best welcome here now to give the honorary hammer to the Viewers Museum. So there you go. This is the business award for an awesome project.
Thank you, and I want the whole team here on the stage. Yes, to grab this hammer. Yes. Can you keep the hammer?
No, TV said. It's like a first ever sauna pitching deal. This will go into history books.
Yes. Show the hammer.
Show the hammer, yeah. Woo! So good.
Oh,
looks good.
Come on.